Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Maria and today we're going to talk why art schools start with basic forms, like that. So every art student wants to draw portraits and figures. But when you start classical training, they hand you a sphere and say, draw these for next 2 weeks. And most students, this is boring and pointless. But I'm here to tell you why art schools have used this progression for centuries, and why skipping it might be the biggest mistake that you can make. By the end of this video, you will understand why mastering 3 basic forms is the fastest way to drawing anything you want. Here's what happens to the most students. They see beautiful work online, on Instagram, for example, and they want to create something very impressive. So they skip straight to drawing faces or figures, or complex still lifes. And then they get frustrated, because they're trying to build a house without a foundation. They're copying what they see on the surface, but they don't understand the structure underneath. Social media shows you finished artwork, but it doesn't show you the years of sphere and cube studies that made this artwork possible. The boring fundamentals are invisible, but they are everything. So now, if you're thinking this is exactly a kind of systematic approach I've been looking for, I'm developing a comprehensive classical training program where we talk more about each of these concepts with structured exercises and my feedback. I'm gonna tell you more about this at the end of this video. The sphere teaches you how light behaves on a curved surface. It has a highlight, a light part, a halftone, core shadow, reflected light, and cast shadow. These values create the illusion of three-dimensional object on a two-dimensional piece of paper. So when you master seeing and drawing this relationship on a sphere, you understand how light works on every curved surface you will ever encounter. For example, a face. The cube teaches you how light reads on a flat surface and plane changes. For example, this plane faces light, this one fades away, and this one is in between. Every plane change also creates an edge. Sometimes these edges are hard, sometimes they're soft. So if we master the cube, we can understand how to draw anything with flat surfaces. For example, buildings, furniture, books. The cylinder combines everything. Curved surfaces like the sphere and flat surfaces like the cube. This one is well used. I have it for like 10 years. The surface rolls from light or shadow like a sphere, and it has sharp edges where the flat meets the curved. So once we understand cylinders, we can draw arms, legs, tree trunks, bottles, and all of these are cylinders with variations. Art schools have used this progression for hundreds of years because it works. These aren't abstract exercises. These forms are literally everywhere. Your face is a combination of spheres and planes. You can see it. Your body is connected cylinders with spherical joints. The apple that you want to eat is a sphere with variations too. When classical artists drew figures, they weren't copying surface details. They were seeing underlying spheres, cubes, and cylinders, and then they would add the surface information on top. This is why academic training takes time, but it produces lasting results. And you're not learning to copy, you're learning to understand form itself. But when you skip the fundamentals, you might actually hit a ceiling. You can copy what you see under perfect conditions, but you cannot problem solve when they're not. Students who master basics, they can draw from imagination. They can adjust lighting. They can understand why something looks off and fix it. Students who skip basics get stuck copying and wondering why sometimes their work lacks dimension. So let's do boring exercises. They are just key to drawing everything successfully. After we master sphere, cube and cylinder, we basically mastered the foundation of all realistic drawing. Everything else is just surface details on top of the solid form. And next week, we're gonna talk about measuring proportions, which is another basic thing that we cannot really skip. Now, if this systematic approach resonates with you, and if you're tired of random tutorials and actually want a real classical academic training with a clear progression, but you don't want to break your bank and to pay thousands and thousands of dollars for art school, I would like to invite you to check out my Patreon course that is in progress right now. I'm recording it. It's called Classical Art Academic Training. I have structured it as 3-tier system. The foundation level gives you access to my complete video curriculum. We're gonna follow the same progression as old masters used. The intermediate level adds small group demonstrations, critiques of your work, always friendly, never criticizing, and downloadable PDFs with exercises and reference materials. And the advanced level includes private one-on-one lessons where we can address your specific challenges and accelerate your progress with personal feedback. This isn't just about drawing, it's about building the foundation that will transform everything else you do as an artist. If you want to paint portraits or landscapes or maybe still lifes, these observational skills are the building blocks for you. The link to my Patreon is in the description below. If you guys like my video, please subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell so you don't miss anything. See you next time. Thanks for watching.